Hello. So last week we shared our engagement and a pregnancy announcement, which was really happy and exciting news. If you haven't seen that video, I will be sure to link it here and down in the description because it's kind of like a precursor to this video. This week's video is kind of like what happened after that, like a bit of just a life update since our videos have been as normal. We did the office space, whatever, and then here's this fun, exciting announcement, and then kind of what was life after that. So it's a bit of a life update. Or not a bit, it's a life update. So after we came back from Cleveland, after getting engaged and telling our family that we were expecting, life kind of got back to normal, but with the caveat that I was now pregnant. And the first trimester became a real struggle for both myself and Sean. I was completely unprepared for the changes. My physical stamina, like I was zapped. I was comatose, and that was really hard because it's the complete opposite of who I had been before that. So it was really hard for me to be that way. I felt very down on myself, very lethargic, very just like really not great. And so I spent a lot of time being immobile, just sleeping and eating and intermittent crying, if I'm completely honest. And that was also really hard for Sean because, that wasn't who he was in a relationship with. It wasn't the person that he had proposed to. So it became really hard, I think, for the both of us because Sean has been back to work. So for him, not much changed, right? He proposed, yeah, we're having a baby, great, and life got back to normal. So he leaves every day to go into an office and work, and would leave me asleep and would come home and I would either be still asleep or some version of asleep. And it was hard. That was not that was not what he had signed up for, if you will. So it became a struggle between the two of us because I didn't really care that he was upset, honestly. And I think that for him, it wasn't that he didn't care about what I was feeling, but what I was feeling was strange. Why would I suddenly be feeling, or why would I suddenly be so the complete opposite of who I was before? And so dealing with that as a couple was really a bit of a struggle. It was hard. Yeah, so it really became really hard. Also for me, I'm not used to being quite so broken down, if you will. So him feeling upset that I was feeling away, and then me feeling how I was feeling, and then taking on the guilt of him being upset was just like doubly upsetting. Ooh, my eyes are watering. Didn't want to cry. I'm trying not to cry. And then in the midst, so in the midst of all that, I then some of you may know that Brooks Brothers was bought by, they filed for bankruptcy, and they were bought by another company. And we had been, I had been furloughed since March due to the pandemic because the offices were closed, everything shut down. One day we were at work, and the next day we were like, oh, let's try working from home to see how it goes. And then we just never went back to work after that. And a couple of weeks from that day, we were furloughed. And I was, not without work, but not working and collecting unemployment like many other New Yorkers and many other just Americans. So as we were nearing 6 months of furlough, we were, that's when Brooks Brothers made their announcement that they were filing for bankruptcy, and that, they were filing for bankruptcy in order to sell. So the company was bought, and we got word in the middle of me already feeling not great that, some people would be let go. And then I was told that I was included in that group. My entire team actually was included in the group of people that would be let go. So that was a really tough thing to take. I really love the people that I work with, and the thought of it being snatched away from us, the thought of us not being able to be in that environment as co-workers again was really hard. Let alone the loss of, an income and insurance and all of the things that come along with, having a full-time job. So, all of this became home at the top of August after this wonderful, happy, exciting time. And then, like, all of August was just like doom and gloom and awful. Not awful, but a really, really tough month. I'm already feeling down. Losing my job just sent me over the top. I was extra no good. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have noticed that I kind of just disappeared. I would try and come back, with like, I took a break and I'm going to try and get back to stories, because I do really love talking in the stories and sharing in stories. And I really just signed off of Instagram almost completely. I couldn't even bear to see other people happy on Instagram while I was feeling so negatively. Stop watching YouTube videos. Just stop doing everything. I found Bones on Amazon Prime, and I binged 12 seasons of Bones. Like, that's all I could do with my mental space. And then if you do follow me on Instagram, not to keep follow me on Instagram, but Sean surprised me one weekend with a trip up to Hudson, which was about 2 weeks after I found out that I lost my job, because he was like, we need a break, we need a reset, let's just get out of the city. And it was really, really nice and so timely. It just happened that the trip came towards the end of my first trimester, as I was starting to feel a bit more like myself, and try to carry that same energy into the following weeks, which now has been about, I don't know, Sean, 3 weeks ago? Yeah, maybe about 3 weeks ago. And now you will have seen, we told everyone that I am not firmly in a second trimester, but in my second trimester, and definitely feeling a lot better. In that time, I did seek the help of a therapist, which I think everyone should do, honestly. Not even now that I'm feeling better, I'm still meeting with her, because we all need it. It's been this year has just been so much a roller coaster of highs and lows, especially in our lives. But despite the fact that I'm still crying, I am actually feeling much better. Ooh, you can't tell, Celia. I can't tell you feel better. Yeah, I am actually feeling much better. My creativity has been sparked again, and trying to lean into the creative endeavors that we're building upon before we got pregnant, or before we got engaged. So I know, again, despite what I look like, I know that everything is going to be okay. I know that everything is going to be okay. We are surrounded by an amazing support system. I know that Sean and I can do what needs to be done in order to be okay. But it is still all very scary, especially while planning to bring, you know, a baby into the picture. I've never been self-employed. I shouldn't even put that in quotations, because according to my therapist, words mean things and I should talk like I mean. But I've never been self-employed. I've actually never really worked from home before. So all of that is very new to me, very scary, if I'm honest. I'm trying to embrace this new opportunity that has forced itself upon me, but treat it as something that I chose for myself, because really it is something that I wanted for myself. It's just scary. Yeah. So that was a general overview of basically how August and a good portion of September went for me, and by extension Sean. But in the midst of all that doom and gloom, there were a few shining moments, and that was mostly when we got to go get scans of the baby, which is always so exciting. So I was filming myself in like, I didn't know what I would do with the clips. I was like, oh, we'll film, you know, and we'll figure out what the video is later. But I want to share just, okay, never not a horn. I want to share some of the clips with you guys. They're happening if we rewind to preparing to go to Cleveland, and then a couple weeks into my month or 6 to 8 weeks of doom and gloom. So here's a couple of clips that'll, let's say, rewind for a little bit. It's a Wednesday, and yesterday I took a positive pregnancy test. I bought the pregnancy test because I already really suspected that I was pregnant. I honestly did not think that I would get pregnant so soon, so quickly, because it wasn't exactly the plan, which I know sounds crazy, because it's like, definitely it was the plan, girl, because you weren't doing anything to not get pregnant. Because in my mind, I wasn't going to get pregnant. I think that for both Sean and I, this pregnancy has come as a huge, huge, huge shock. I only made this video because my friend Danielle was like, you should definitely journal, because it just doesn't seem real. I also just called and made an appointment with my gynecologist to actually confirm. And my mom has always said to me, like, women know when they're pregnant. This is the second time I've been pregnant. The first time I did decide to have an abortion, I was 20 and not still early in my college career, was not at all prepared to be a parent. So I had an abortion. What's today?
The 18th?
It's July 18th.
Oh, yeah,
Saturday morning. And Sean and I are headed to go
We're delivering some pizzas.
get the second half of the blood test to see if the pregnancy is real. Okay. Boobs are still tender.
You feel
Myra
that?
had some mild nausea this morning. Super, super mild. So I'm recording this as I walk home from, well, I'm not walking all the way home, but walking from the gynecologist's office. Just went for my follow-up after our blood test. There's a gestational sac. We're pregnant. Yeah, everything seems normal so far. I mean, she was still very cautious to let me know not to get too excited because it's still very early, but girl, too late. Next appointment is on the 6th. Hopefully at that appointment we'll have a heartbeat. Wouldn't that be exciting? Oh my God. Black hole is the
Gestational sac. Inside here is the fetal pole, and here's the heartbeat.
Oh wait, that's the fetal heartbeat.
That's the fetal heartbeat.
What?
That's the fetal heartbeat.
Oh my goodness.
And it's 142 beats per minute. It's normal.
Oh my god. I have been referring to August for me as the lost month because the first trimester kicked in and stole everything that I thought I knew about myself. But today, yesterday I was officially 10 weeks, so nearing the end of that first trimester, and I am starting to feel a little bit better. It's really just about doing things in between the nausea, really. But we have a doctor's appointment today with an OB. I'm not exactly sure that this is going to be the doctor for me, but it is the doctor that my gyno recommended. So we're going to give it a shot, and really at 10 weeks you need to start doing some chromosomal testing, and I really hope that we're able to jump right into that because I am an advanced maternal age because I'm over 35. And you know, we just want to make sure everything is everything sooner rather than later. And just as an aside, in case you were wondering, I haven't washed my hair since we went to Cleveland just a month ago, and I'm still afraid to wash it because I get dizzy, and even just having this on my head is making me a little dizzy. On its side. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. As always, if anybody out there is feeling down or just like not great about what 2020 has been, if you're in early stages of pregnancy or middle or late stages of pregnancy and not feeling okay, please know that you can reach out for help. Like finding someone to talk to I didn't want to be comforted, right? I just wanted to be talked. I wanted to talk to someone who wasn't going to try and tell me that everything was going to be okay. So feeling negatively and feeling bad is fine. Get help. That's all I'm trying to say. Yes. Don't suffer alone if you don't have to. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.